And ladies and gentlemen, we are back for one more jam-packed, exciting more edition of your favorite open forum on YouTube, the one and only place to be on Wednesday nights, the one and only live and uncut with yours truly, the ace of YouTube, Mr. P1 himself. And I'm joined by two very like-minded individuals, Mr. J Smooth Hannah and Mr. Tricky himself.
How's it going, guys? Hope you all have
And like,
Yep.
Yeah, continue what you're saying, Tricky.
Yeah. For those who are watching, I hope y'all are doing good right now, like me, except for the start of 2021. I didn't stay up to watch it because not really a New Year's guy. But so far, things are good.
Yeah, 2021 has arrived, and already it's already been quite the year. If I'm being honest, and we're only 6 days in.
Yeah, that's an accomplishment.
I know. Like, we were 6 days into this new year, and already like a lot of stuff has just hit the fan. Like,
yeah. One of the things that I am excited for 2021 would have to be the return of G4. That's the thing I'm excited about.
That's always that is something definitely to look forward to. No doubt about it.
Yeah. And go on.
There's a lot of stuff that I think definitely that it's going to be exciting to look forward to later on in the year. But right now, I think we just kind of got to get through like this first phase.
The first phase. Ooh, I wonder what that is.
Like this first phase of this new year. Like, because like a lot of stuff is going on. Things have hit like I said earlier, hit the fan in a lot of places, especially in a place called Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go too deep into that at this moment, but all you need to know is that shit's kind of hit the fan there, and it's the point where you can't even get into the city. I'll just say that much about it.
Yeah.
And I know I got something like, and I'm only speaking about this mainly because I have a lot of people, because I do have some people out there who do watch my stuff that are from that DC area. And if you're in DC, like, hats off, like, hope, hopefully you're safe in all this, please, like, if you're in your house, like, stay inside, don't even think about going out. Like, it's it's insane.
It's super duper dangerous. It's like, what do you say? Like, let's get extreme. We got a lot of people at DC. I'm pretty sure they're staying at their home. Staying away from crazy protests. Are there protests out there?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Actually, I wouldn't say protests, but more so just overall violence.
Yeah, violence.
It's in short, it's like WCW mayhem in a video game right now. It's like WCW mayhem in real life.
Yeah,
like, that's just the best way to describe how it is over there.
Yeah,
and it's pretty it's like a pretty crazy time to like actually like live there. And
yeah. I mean, I thought 2020 was crazy because you just had people getting beat up and a bunch of stores and restaurants set on fire. But, well, not set on fire, but the restaurants, their windows were broken by people. But 2021, it's already to such a fantastic start. I mean, this is how you do Grand Theft Auto in real life.
Yes. If GTA published a video game, like if GTA decided to enter itself in real life, like, we're looking, this is the byproduct of it.
I'm starting to think that we are stuck in a video game. No doubt about it.
It's like we're in a. I like to describe it as like we're in a bad level.
Yeah.
And that level just gets worse and it's like every time you fail that level, you have to start back from the very beginning. But then each time you start from the very beginning, they actually have to like play this super long. But then as the game goes on and you forget to save, they have to play like these very long videos that you can't skip over.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like this long path to getting back to where we once were.
Oh yeah. That reminds me, like, I think back in 2016 when I was playing Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, they would usually have these cutscenes where you cannot skip. Like, you just had to rely on them.
Mm-hmm.
And I might wonder what would it be like in the year 2050 and 2060, because that's when Advanced Warfare took place in the game, and it was just it was just a bunch of chaos,
Mm-hmm.
Like if you play the game, you would know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've witnessed some of that myself. Not some of the stuff like I can say like the most proudest of, but some stuff I've definitely kind of seen. Speaking of seeing, Mason, what's going on, man? Glad to see you in the chat, Mr. Kenny Magic. Glad to see you in the chat.
Yeah,
Nice to see some of our fellow supporters. Supported the project is this far, and hopefully they continue their graciousness and support as the project continues on. But yeah, like this year, like we're 6 days in, and like I think we've already topped records for like just when chaos has just struck.
Yeah. By the way, for those who didn't get the reference, I'm not going to drag this on for way too long, so I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. So, oh hey Spyro. So, anyways, that's my man. So, anyways, the idea of Advanced Warfare, or the plot, it's Jonathan Irons. He's the CEO of this army company, and he becomes into a villain. The main villain of the game. Mainly, it's because he went paranoid after his son passed away due to an explosion, and he wants to get revenge on the armies, and he wants to. And in one level, he attacks San Francisco because he wants to end all wars.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But the one thing that I will say, because even though, this year's kind of already started off rocky, we got to remember that we this is like one important thing that like all of us kind of have to remember. And 2020 proved this statement, I think, very true.
Yeah.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Mm-hmm.
Because for the most part, 2020, and like I've talked about 2020 a lot. For the most part, 2020 started off pretty all right.
It started off all right. I mean,
it had its moments where like there were genuine things to enjoy, but then there were stuff that really just kind of like just blew everything up.
Like the passing of Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
And that was devastating. Fun fact. Not going to go too personal, but my mom, she actually met Kobe Bryant in real life one time.
Oh, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and when I heard that, I was like, oh wow, I did not know that. Yeah, she didn't even know who he was, and she was like, oh wow, that's cool. They were at a basketball court, and Kobe Bryant's sister, whatever, was participating there, and it was that I did not know.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's actually a very cool thing to kind of find out. But yeah, like it goes back to like what I was saying earlier. Like it's just like you have to keep that in mind. Like no matter what, like it's not about how you start. It's just about how you. It's about how you finish. At
Yeah.
the end of the day, the finish line is what is at the end of the day what matters the most. Where we make it to our destination, and you know, like in 2021, right now, while it's starting off rough, it doesn't have to end that way.
Yeah.
You know.
Matter of fact, even though we're in 2021 right now, I still feel like that I am still in 2020 right now. I don't know why, but I just get that feeling.
Well, to be honest, and I think a lot of people can kind of say, and I think a lot of people can kind of agree with this to an extent, is that a lot of 2020 has entered into 2021
Yeah.
because we still have the pandemic.
Yep.
That is, I actually want to say to an extent, it's somewhat worse. It's somewhat worse than what it first was. We still have the pandemic. We still have political nonsense going on. We
Yeah.
still have, you know, we still have people, we still have a lot of the problems that we had, like they're still here. Like nothing hasn't changed. There's nothing that really hasn't changed from when we left 2020. Not much has really changed.
Yeah. I mean, not much has really changed, although I wouldn't really say that things in 2020 are still um, are still going to like continue. I mean, well, besides the pandemic and all of that, but I think the political correctness, I think that shit has been around since like what the mid 2010s. That's when people started to get aggravated with it. People started to get really pissed off with it because they don't really want to hear anything about that. And I think, not to go off topic, but I think streaming services, they just took over the entire world of of online entertainment. Um, but that's still going on in 2021 so far.
Hey, like I can see where you're coming. Like, and I'm glad you brought up the topic of streaming service because streaming services have like say what you will, but streaming services, like I think they've grown much more than they ever would have, thanks to COVID.
Yeah, I mean the thing.
Because,
Oh, go on.
because think about it, a lot of people are basically at home because of this,
Mm-hmm.
and so like when you're at home, like there isn't like and like there is only so much you can kind of do at your own house, and one of those things that you can really do is like watch some TV, like is watch some TV or some YouTube or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
and it's because, and the thing with streaming services is like there are so many out there
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Like there's a demand, like there you can find something that will kind of entertain you for a little bit, kind of warm your cockles some, like there's something that you can find for yourself to really enjoy. And that's what I say, like really makes streaming services something that you can kind of like, and not only that, but like the fact that streaming services, except for Netflix, when you think about it, are very portable.
Yeah. Now, as much as I don't like streaming services, one thing I will give credit is that, since we're in the COVID pandemic thing, streaming services, they actually allow you to watch movies that have been, released, movies that you can't see in theaters because theaters are not open due to, like I said, the pandemic. So that's one positive thing I will say. So hold on.
And so far with that statement, like there's nothing very much I don't disagree with him. The fact that like, with streaming services, and like this might turn into like a big discussion with streaming services, is the fact that like, not only the fact that there's so much out there and like, there's so little, but there's also, there's a like when I look at streaming services, like I look at it like this: there's a reason to own one over the other. Like
Yeah.
that's the one thing that I will. That's like one real thing that I'm glad about streaming services have is that not every streaming service is the same.
Mhm.
And like that's one thing that like like say what you will, but like people can like people can like say like a lot of stuff about social media and all this other kind of stuff, but these social media but these streaming platforms, they're all able to be very different, but in a lot of ways, like some offer like a lot of the same stuff, but a lot of them are also able to be very different.
Mhm. Yeah. I'm still sad that cable TV is dying because they don't have originality as much as streaming services do, and it still sucks that Saturday morning cartoons have been dead since 2014. But it is what it is.
Yeah, some things from our childhood kind of just don't carry over, and it kind of sucks. But like my thing with cable TV, don't get me wrong. Like I'm always gonna be, I think, a huge cable TV fan, like Die Hard. But the
Mhm.
thing is, with cable TV, it's getting much more expensive,
Yeah,
and like that's like the big duck with it.
yeah, it's getting more and more expensive. Like back then, cable TV, it wasn't really that expensive when you think about it. But people they just want the money. That's why they had to make it expensive. So it's all about the money. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know that money is good to have. It is good to have, but I'm just referring to the people who they, they go crazy over the money, and that's why it's so expensive. But it is what it is. You know how companies are now.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, like it's all about like it's all about the green.
Yeah.
In short, it's all about the green. Like how much dollars you can hold to your name at the end of the
Uh,
day.
and yeah, one thing that I think the main reason why people have stepped away from cable TV, one of the main reasons is because uh, some cable TV channels they had personality. They had personality when they first started, but then they started to fade away from personality ever since, let's just say, the late 2000s first started. The most infamous example would have to be MTV, which started off as a channel for music videos, but then turn into a channel filled with reality shows about teen pregnancy, or better yet, shows with internet videos of people getting hit in the ball sack. I'm looking at you, ridiculousness. And just catering to politically correctness, or better yet, any millennials who are so obsessed with BuzzFeed.
Mm, like we are like if there's any generation I think that we're really in nowadays, it is the like reality generation where like everything has to have some sort of realness to it.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I mean, the problem is with most reality shows these days. I mean, some of them they're not really they're not real. Most of them they're just scripted.
mhm.
One of them I can bring up, for example, would have to be the most hated show of all time, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Allow me to explain why. Because in every episode, they fight, and then at the end of every single episode, they apologize, and then they kiss and make up. That's every single episode. Not to mention, in every single episode, they eat food constantly. You see them eating food all the time. It's fucking crazy.
Hey man, what's going on, Tom? Glad to see you. Um but yeah, like like we're in like this we're in this social media age
Yeah.
to where like like everything has to kind of stay in touch with each like where everything kind of has to kind of stay in touch with each
Yeah.
other. We all have to kind of like and how everything is like and everything is kind of like an inch away or everything
Mhm.
is like seconds away. And we were talking about and one of the things that I always talk about, always talk about to some extent is wrestling to some
Yeah.
extent. Most people know, I talk about wrestling to some extent. And why I don't, and the main thing is why I don't watch it. And I tell this one state, and I think it applies to also a lot of TV nowadays.
Yeah.
And that is the fact that, that nowadays, when it comes to anything, you have to grab your viewer
Mhm.
in much less time than you would have to in the past. You have to grab your viewer back, let's say about a good 10 years ago. Back a good 10 years ago, you had to grab your viewer in about 10 or 20 seconds. Now, and let's go back even further. Let's go back further. Let's go back about the 80s. In the 80s, you had to grab your viewer within a good, let's say if I said about 10 seconds, was that about what I said? 10 seconds? You had to grab them about in a good 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But let's fast forward a little bit. Let's fast forward to about now. With social media nowadays, and with how everything is, you have to grab your viewer within 3 seconds.
Yeah.
For them to have interest. And and this doesn't go for everybody, but this goes to about the average person nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be grabbed within about a good 3 to 5 seconds, about 3 to 5 seconds for them to be interested. And because it's just how it is nowadays. And I always bring that point up in talking about why I don't watch wrestling nowadays. And the biggest reason why is because I could find out what happened on each and every show in about 3 to 5 seconds over watching 3 hours just to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Because the main problem, and and I'm talking about my problems with overall wrestling right now, is the fact that I don't have enough interest to it doesn't captivate my interest enough, and to actually sit down and watch this 3-hour program or a 2-hour program each and every single week. The interest isn't there.
May I interject something about why I don't watch wrestling?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I just think that when it comes to watching wrestling, for me, it just doesn't interest me. Not because I'm just some guy who only watches cartoons and I think live action is boring. No, that's not true at all. I'm not the type of guy. The main reason why I don't watch wrestling is why I don't know anything about it. Well, except for a few wrestlers like DX, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, etc. It's because of how it's the type of events that they give you. I think one of the big examples would have to be, well, the infamous one, the PG era, where they just get rid of all of the blood, the violence, the sex, and the language just to appeal to a kids demographic. And then they started to invite celebrities that have nothing to do with wrestling at all. Take, for example, Shaquille O'Neal, Pee Wee Herman, and Donald Trump. Oh, and the Muppets as well. I don't see what they have anything to do with wrestling. And, bringing back old wrestlers to the new generation, which really shows that they're too desperate to get their old viewers back. I think when WWE went downhill is when they started to buy out the rights to WCW after LOL and Time Warner merge, and after they bought out ECW. You know, those wrestling companies, they went out of business, and when they bought their competitions, WWE, they stopped being in competition, and then all of a sudden they just started giving you garbage. That's why I don't watch it. Mainly is because it just doesn't interest me unless if there's some edgy content to it. But I don't know if there's going to be anything interesting because all I see is John Cena this, John Cena that. It's just not for me. That's all I can say about that.
Like my main reason is, and I can't even think about the last time like I actually like really watched like wrestling a whole lot because it's just been that like long ago. But my main thing is like the main reason like I'm not really watching it as much as I used to anymore, like is overall like with WWE, like there's reasons why like for most part I don't watch like companies because like there's reasons why I don't watch like every company I can find. But
Yeah.
like I'm gonna go into it right now. WWE. The main reason I don't watch WWE is because the fact that like there's lots of times where like you don't you don't really care for the people watching. Like you can tell the people in the back, they don't care for who's in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch that and it gives you the impression of, well, why should I care? And the thing is with wrestling. The thing is with wrestling fans. Wrestling fans will stay
Yeah.
a lot. You could be like, there's this one statement about wrestling, and I agree it's the most truest thing, is that when a wrestling company is hot, it can do no wrong. But when a company is cold, it could do everything right and it won't work.
Mm-hmm.
And that messes with, and like when you first hear that messes with your mind a little bit, but it's the most truest thing about wrestling. The fact that like a company could be like so hot, and like WCW was like the best example of this
Mm-hmm.
because WCW, say what you will, they did some pretty questionable stuff at times.
I mean, yeah,
And
yeah.
thanks Dan, thanks Dan for showing up. And I see Will in the chat. Nice to see you guys.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you have to admit, WCW, it was actually very entertaining.
Hey, there's a lot of stuff that I do like about WCW, but then there's also a lot of stuff that like really kind of sealed kind of like why, like there's lots of stuff kind of like why it didn't last.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, obviously, let me sit down. I think the main known reason as a why to everybody as a why WCW didn't last, well, obviously because AOL and Time Warner, they both merged. Obviously, the merger didn't do well. So then in 2003, they split. But after they merged, WCW was put up for sale. Eric Bischoff was ready to buy it, but then Vince McMahon and his company, the WWE, decided to buy it in 2001. This was 2001. This was like a year before. It was the last year when they were called the WWF, and then in 2002 they changed to WWE. But WCW, they went out of business because they got bought out by the WWE, and that's all I can say.
Yeah, the rest of the story is kind of history at this point. Like most people kind of know what went down. Although, like my biggest like the thing is like there's lots of reasons that I think WCW went, like there's more than just like it got bought out.
Yeah,
Like because like the main problem like WCW had, and WWE has this problem today, and it's kind of crazy. Just like the lack of ability to prepare for the future.
yeah,
because like this is the thing with like most wrestling promoters, and like I'm not saying like every wrestling promoter is like this, but most are. Like it's hard for them to kind of prepare for the future and to build stars. Like it's hard to build stars that really break the mold.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, it's hard to be prepared for the future. I mean, I could even imagine what would it be like for WCW if it still exists today. I would imagine what would it be like if it, you know, how do you say, like if it's hard for them to keep up with the current generation. Uh, I guess that's the best way to put it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I can see that to perspective, and I can kind of see that to a good perspective to a good extent. The fact that like like all of that. But my main thing is just like when it comes to like wrestling, like when it comes to like wrestling, it's a thing of like you got to prepare for you have to kind of prepare for the future.
Mm-hmm.
You can't and I think and like you can't just keep the same people in the same spot forever, because eventually people are going to get tired of it. And the fact that like Goldberg returned last night to challenge Drew McIntyre, like why did I say last night, Monday night to challenge McIntyre at the Royal Rumble for the belt, for the WWE title, just why?
Yeah.
Oh man, Mr. Danny Lewis.
Good evening, good morning, wherever you are.
Oh man, what's going on, Danny boy? It's been a little bit.
We had a long day today. I'm sure everyone else did too.
Oh man. Oh man, I had to do inventories today. So yeah, I've had a long day.
I didn't even have to work today, but I'm not sure whether I would have, if I'd rather had watched the events of today at home or at work. I probably would have preferred it at home. So that's where I was.
For me, I didn't really do much, well, except for exercising and listening to music. But that's me.
Well, that sounds like you, Tricky. That really does sound like you.
Oh well, people now know what I do in real life. Okay, well, yeah, it's true. I actually do exercising every single day because I don't want my health to get worse, so I enjoy being active and all that stuff. So it's really fun.
Up next on Live Chats with Tricky.
Yeah.
Oh, but anyways, Danny, like how you been, man?
Hanging in there, just keeping a grin on my face and promoting the polka music to all my friends.
Oh yes, and you haven't checked out Danny's channel, Game Show Fan 2001. Check that out.
We recently hit the 800 subscriber mark, so that's good.
Oh yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. But a funny little thing happened the other night because I was on the phone with my friend Chuck, who runs the Polka Connection website where you can buy a lot of CDs and DVDs there. He's telling me how some artists' albums, they sell a lot better than others. Some will sell like 100 copies in a month, and then some never get bought, so he has to either get rid of them or give them away to other vendors or so forth. So I told him, I'm like, Chuck, what you need to do is get Polka Connection a Super Bowl advertisement. And his response to that was, Super Bowl what? Hey, can you fork over a couple million? And I'm like, nah, if I did, I would. But I didn't have a couple million. But in like 20 years, when I save up the $2 million, you'll see it. A Super Bowl commercial for it. So.
Oh man, that's gonna be an interesting commercial.
Oh yeah. I might even be in it.
You gonna have your accordion?
Could be.
We're all talking about the Super Bowl.
We'll talk about Super Bowl commercials, yeah.
Oh yeah, those are always fun to watch. I enjoy watching those commercials.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I've seen some funny ones. I've seen some interesting ones. I've seen some bizarre ones. I think one of my favorites I have seen would have to be one commercial where it was just a bunch of sheep singing. I don't know what. Not sure if you guys remember that commercial, but it was back in 2016 during the Super Bowl. It was just a bunch of sheep singing some type of song. I forgot what song it was, but it was really funny. And there was another one back in 2014 where it's just a bunch of people cheering for the Super Bowl. It was just showing fucking clips of people going woo, like fucking clips from movies and TV shows or whatnot. They even it showed clips of fucking Keyboard Cat and Lego Movie and all of that. It's like, oh wow, I did not expect that. And I think the most bizarre one I have seen, like the most bizarre Super Bowl commercial ever from 2016 was the Mountain Dew commercial where it's just half puppy. It was just a half dog, half monkey, and half baby type creature. It was fucking weird. The bulldog's head was sticking onto a monkey's body, and the legs was just baby's feet. And while wearing a diaper, I was like, okay, that's gonna scar me for life. What the fuck did I just watch?
Oh, what's going on, Cody? Glad to see you.
Oh, another really good Super Bowl commercial was, I think it was 2001 or, 2001. It had the St. Louis. No, wait, no, the St. Louis Rams, not that one. Am I thinking? But I don't know if we know about this, but in the late 90s, they call it the .com boom, where a whole bunch of small businesses got on the internet and then they came and went in about a year, and it was kind of sad. And there was a Super Bowl commercial in the 2001 thing where E-Trade made a commercial where they went through. It was a parody of another public service announcement from the 70s, which showed a chimpanzee riding on horseback through a ruined landscape of failed .com businesses. And one of them was, at the end of it, there was a company called esocks.com, which was being destroyed in the commercial, and a sock puppet, which was representing another business at the time that had fell down, and the monkey was crying, and that was the end of the commercial. You probably didn't get too much of it from the context I gave, but I think it's on YouTube. So
I think I know what you're talking about.
One day we'll check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have a box of tissues nearby because it'll get you.
Yeah, we'll be prepared. But yeah, Danny, 2021 kind of starting off a little.
Oh God! Well, it's like what did you expect? We didn't think just because 2020 is ending, that doesn't mean 2021 is going to be better right away. It's still going to take time because we still got coronavirus, we still got all this, we still have Trump, and we still have all this other stuff. But hopefully, in like May, we'll get to semi-normal. I can't promise that, but
funny enough, I actually have predicted that 2021 was not going to be, the best. I mean, I'm not hating on it. It's just before 2020 ended, I was not really looking forward to 2021. However, I did not expect a lot of shit going on in Washington, D.C. I did not expect that shit to happen.
They just wanted to get the shit out. They just wanted to get it over with early.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I mean, one of the things that I am worried about 2021, Not sure if this will happen, but I just think that, yeah, some companies I think may go out of business. I think Adult Swim's going to go out of business.
Like the TV channel?
Yeah.
That's a little. What makes you say that?
What? Now, allow me to explain. So, basically, as we all know, Disney bought Fox. We were not happy about that, and the thing is that Fox shows they give Adult Swim ratings, highest ratings, and since they've been taken away from them, not just Disney but also Comedy Central, because they're that desperate for views. But Family Guy is what started the popularity of Adult Swim, or the reruns of it. Not just Family Guy, but also Futurama and all the anime as well. I just, I might have the feeling, people are just going to stop watching it because they just tune in to see reruns of Family Guy. Granted, I personally don't like that show. I mean, I used to, but I just stopped caring for it. But it's what helped them build the block. It's what helped them build the channel. And
actually, Adult Swim helped Family Guy come back on the air after being canceled.
Yeah, they did that too. And I was like, oh wow. I'm really worried. I'm really worried for the future of Adult Swim. I think all their shows are probably, if they're going to go out of business, I think, all their shows would probably either move to HBO Max because they have a bunch of Adult Swim stuff too, or might as well move to the main Cartoon Network channel because they control Adult Swim. So. Though the only Fox show that is still going to be on there is American Dad, because that show is currently airing new episodes on TBS, and TBS and Adult Swim are owned by the same company. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't get me wrong. I think Adult Swim is definitely it's definitely one of those networks. It does have a fan base behind it. I will say that much about it. It does have a very strong kind of fan base behind it because it really does attract a good amount of people. Mm-hmm. I will say that about it.
Yeah.
Now, if Adult Swim actually did go out of business, that would be very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what would Cartoon Network do at night? Will they just make a Cartoon Network 24/7, or will they do some other stupid stuff?
Yeah, they might as well do a Cartoon Network 24/7 like they did back in the 90s and early 2000s. But they might as well, since Rick and Morty is the most successful show, they might as well put that on there at night.
I see. Yeah, I gotta say this. One person who was curiously absent from the shit in DC today, it was why don't we make it a guessing game? There was one person who I'm sure we all know who he is, at least. He's a radio host who has gotten a lot of backlash in the last few years. So Paige, why don't you guess who it is? He was absent from the stuff today. But if he wasn't here, he would be doing all kinds of stuff.
Oh man, I'm trying to think who it is. I don't know who it is. Tricky, you might have to.
What's up?
There's a certain radio host who has gotten a lot of backlash because of his crazy conspiracy theories and whatnot. Yeah, Kenny got it in the chat. I'm thinking of Alex Jones. Could you imagine?
Alex Jones.
Could you imagine if he was in DC and he got to talk to one of the people?
Okay.
God. Yeah,
that would have been. It would have been a huge meme. He would have been like, "I'm here to take back Trump. We're gonna win, baby." Ah!
Yeah. Okay. Now let me get this out of the way. Now, if you know me, you would know that I do not like Alex Jones. I really don't. I just think that
neither do I. I make fun of him, but yeah.
I just think that he's an idiot.
I just like making fun of him.
Yeah.
Most people who believe in conspiracy theories a lot of the times are kind of.
Well, I mean, I know Joe Rogan is one of his supporters because in an interview he quoted, "I fucking love Alex Jones. He is right about a lot of shit." I mean, like, the thing is that Alex Jones, like, he is one of those people who said back in the day that 2012 would be the end of the world, which we all know it didn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and then I think he also said that in the year 2000, there was going to be like an apocalypse and it's going to be, he said that there's going to be like a worldwide apocalypse, but it never fucking happened.
No, it was a typo. 2021 is going to be the end of the world. They mixed it up. 2012. They mixed
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And since I talked about Adult Swim earlier, there's this one show that he complained about called Squidbillies. And Alex Jones was talking about an episode of Squidbillies about fluorinated water. And he said shit like, you better listen to me, people. This is serious. Oh, they're talking about the water, fluorinated water. It's a government.
That might have. I like the Alex Jones where he was complaining about the chemicals in the water that turn the freaking frogs gay.
How the fuck does the chemicals in the water turn frogs gay? I don't get it.
I don't know. He was just like, "Well, that's the gay bomb, baby." Why? You don't think
you can tell like his career is failing if all he can think about is like if like this water makes frogs turn gay. Like you can tell his career is kind of failing.
Well, if it wasn't for that, a lot of people wouldn't know who he was. That pretty much put him on the map too.
I mean, the thing is that what's funny enough is that he is so serious about this shit. You can tell that he was. You can tell that he was so. You can tell that he was so serious because he was so straight up pissed. Like, wait, what? Is he taking what he's saying so seriously? Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, my God. Like, this is why I don't take Alex Jones seriously.
Well, no one should take him seriously. If you do, then...
Maybe that's what he wants. He's doing some reverse psychology shit on us where he doesn't want us to take him seriously.
Oh, man.
Well, at least Ben Shapiro can talk in complete sentences and not sound like a raging moron. But
yeah,
Ben Shapiro, you can at least somewhat kind of get through.
Yeah,
I will say that about him. But Alex Jones, oh man,
I mean, yeah, I may get a lot of hate for this, but I'll take Ben Shapiro over Alex Jones any day.
Hey, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would if I had to choose.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, usually from time to time I would laugh so hard at Alex Jones because, like I said, he's an idiot, but he's just so funny to laugh at. And it's so fucking hilarious that he takes what he says so seriously as if it was proven fact. Not only that, but he likes to believe that he has this makes me laugh when I say this and think about this, but he likes to believe that he has secret government documents to prove that he is right.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Oh wow, what a crazy guy, I have to say.
We have a lot of crazy people.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah,
he's up there.
Yeah, I think yeah, when it comes to crazy people, I think PETA is one of them, as well as the Westboro
Baptist Church, right?
Yeah, that.
Oh God.
Yeah, the church that a lot of people hate.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if that is still around, but
They are. It's just that a lot of the younger members they're coming to their senses and leaving the church.
oh, okay. So it's fallen into obscurity.
Slowly but surely. That's what I.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, but like people, but like some people who like are really crazy. The
Trolls.
PETA, people who support PETA.
Oh yeah. Yeah, people. Yeah, the people who support PETA. I know one of them. Two people actually, two celebrities. Who's the guy who has his show on HBO? What's his name? Bill Maher. Yeah, Bill Maher. He's one of them. And yeah, Bill Maher. He's the same guy who insulted Stan Lee after his death. That was a dick move. And the second celebrity who supports PETA is surprisingly Tara Strong. Yeah, Tara Strong. You know, the same voice actress who fucking, like to put it shortly, she's the same voice actress who happens to be in almost every single cartoon out there, whether it be from My Little Pony to Teen Titans to Fairly Odd Parents.
So yeah, 2021. I think this could have happened in 2020, but the inauguration only happens in January, so it pretty much had to happen.
Yeah.
The inauguration is like another 15 days.
14.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and Kesha. Kesha is also one of the people that support PETA.
Kesha.
Yeah, Kesha, the same person who made the infamous TikTok song, like
she invented TikTok.
Yeah, 10 years ago, or it was just TikTok. It's a song that goes like, "Wake up in the morning." I don't know what the fuck the.
You don't have to say it. I get the idea.
I think we got the message. I think we got the message.
I don't know the entire lyrics, but you get the idea. You probably remember.
We don't want to know the whole lyrics.
Yeah, just stop while you're ahead.
Yeah.
But like back on the topic of PETA supporters, like the thing with PETA supporters is that they take this to another level.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
They take it to another level. Well, matter of fact, they actually do, because they make themselves look like idiots because they believe anything that PETA says is absolutely true. I'll give you an example. They might as well say shit like, well, PETA, they might as well say shit like meat equals coronavirus, which is not true. I mean, coronavirus, it came from China. It doesn't come from eating meat. But I bet you $10 that the PETA supporters would say that is fact. I think that they would believe that shit is true.
Not all of them. Maybe like a few of the crazy ones, but I wouldn't generalize, of course.
I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure like most of them like pretty much do think that, like if they're like diehard like PETA followers, because keep in mind, like once like PETA like made a thing comparing people who eat to Nazis, like they've gone that deep before.
Yeah. But when it comes to PETA, you know, they're the type of people that try to force you being a vegan and vegetarian. I mean, I'm just going to say this right now. If you want to be a meat eater, vegan, or vegetarian, I'm not stopping you. But the problem is that PETA, they act like complete Nazis over it.
Yes.
They really take it to like this whole nother level to where it doesn't need to be. It's like if you don't want to eat, like it's a thing. Like if you want to be vegan, cool. Like by all means, knock yourself out. I don't care. Like it's not for me, but hey.
Yeah, every
Like,
time
you know,
every time I think about being vegan, I just want to throw up a little bit. It's like, oh, I just can't imagine it. I've eaten meat my whole life.
Yeah. Yeah,
oh
and
man, can't even eat a bucket hat.
yeah,
Well, man,
they even insult anything that's related to animals. For example, I think back in 2012 or 2013, they got offended over some elementary school where the students were doing the chicken dance. No joke, they got offended over that shit. It's
God.
so fucking funny that they would get offended over something this stupid.
hey, they probably get offended if anyone played the game Chicken.
Yeah, and and they also they get offended over SpongeBob. They also get offended over How to Train Your Dragon, and I'm not making this shit up. And they even got offended over Peppa Pig. Yeah, you guys know Peppa Pig. It's that little kid show that used to come on Cartoon Network back in the day.
Yeah. Oh man.
SpongeBob. I wonder what they bitched about SpongeBob about.
I think it's because it contains sea creatures. I think that's what they got offended over. You know, it's funny that they get offended over children's TV shows or children's movies containing animals when yet they're the type of organization that want to support animals. Well, except not really, because they kill cats and dogs every single year. But it's so funny that they get offended over stupid little things. It's like, wow, you guys, you probably all you people at PETA, you're probably a bunch of 5-year-olds stuck in the body of grown adults. Like, that's fucking that's just sad, honestly.
The thing with PETA is just the fact that sometimes I feel like PETA kind of started the whole snowflake generation. Sometimes I feel like PETA started it.
Yeah.
Because PETA because PETA sometimes they go hard. Because if you ever see their Instagram, they put if you ever see their Instagram, they post all these pictures of with pigs with
the animals getting killed in the slaughterhouses, and it's just a whole.
Yes, they do, and it's they're trying to they're trying to force people to stop eating meat by showing them something that's gonna show them by scoring them for life, and it's it's in a way that's kind of counterproductive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think. Oh yeah, another thing too. They also think that having a pet is cruel. Obviously, they bitch about people having dogs and cats as their pets. Not only that, but they also try to go against SeaWorld, but it backfired ultimately. And what else? Oh, and their video game parodies based off of franchises such as Pokemon and Mario. You know, they were not well received, and yet they wonder why. Well, mainly it's because it contains graphic content, and yet these games are aimed at children. That's the main reason why a lot of people don't like their games. That's the main reason why their games are not well received.
Got it. How about it?
Yeah.
You want to know something more positive that 2021 has brought, though?
What is it?
Who here is a fan of the old TV show The Office?
I am.
Okay. Well, if you type in dundermifflin.com, you'll see the new and improved Dunder Mifflin website that the good folks at NBC's Peacock have designed for us. You can look at photos of all the characters and see little fake emails from the characters and watch all the episodes of the show. It's great.
I myself do have Peacock, so Even though I don't like streaming services, I said that earlier. I do consider Peacock to be way better than Netflix, obviously.
And it's free.
Oh yeah, that's why I like it, because it's free.
Yeah, of course.
Oh man, we got Trey here.
What's up?
Hey man, Trey, it's been a little
What's up,
bit.
Jack? I know,
What-
yeah.
What's been going on, Trey? I heard you got to get your ID the other day.
Yeah, well, I've been having a big birthday celebration. It's been lasting for a while because I celebrated my 21st birthday, so I want to make this birthday very special. You know, I wanted to go all out this year. Wanted to have a big old feast. Wanted to go sightseeing. You know, just all kinds of fun stuff.
Your thing is kind of muffled a little bit.
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
That's what she said.
Oh yeah, I want to mention one more thing that PETA got offended
All
over.
right, can you hear me now? Is that better?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, my 21st birthday just ended on. It was on December 19th, and I really wanted to just go all out and celebrate like I've never celebrated before. Wanted to have a big feast, you know, just go out and travel, just enjoy my birthday, enjoy a birthday like I never really had the chance to do before.
Mm. And much happy belated birthday to you.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, like my birthday, it was on December 12th. I didn't do jack shit because of the COVID.
Yeah, hey, for once, I said, you know what? Forget COVID. I'm going to enjoy this day. I'm going to enjoy this day. I'm going to relish in it, and I'm going to make this day special.
Yeah, well,
was today your birthday?
No, December 19th was my birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Last year.
Yeah, well, my 19th birthday, it was shit. I'm 19 right now, but it was shit because I didn't get to do anything. No one said a happy birthday to me, well, except Byro. I didn't get to have cake and all. My parents, they were at work. I didn't get to do anything because the government, the governor who was running the state that I live in, he had COVID. So that's why he couldn't let anyone else from other states into our state, which is really frightening.
Hey, don't feel bad. Most of my friends didn't even give me a call or a text. So don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about that. I just celebrate with the few friends I have in my personal life and just family. That's what I celebrated with, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, then again, I wasn't really looking forward to my 19th birthday because I did not accomplish jack shit in 2020. So
It's just that 2020 was it was a good but yet bad year, because you see in 2020 I learned a lot about myself, and I gained a new understanding on life, and I just really wanted to make at least that day worth something.
I would not say good, but it's just 2020 for me is wait, am I allowed to say a homophobic slur or no?
Go for it.
Okay. 2020 was the gayest year of all time. Not because of gay people. It's because of the way it treats itself. Now, yeah, it started off very normal. It started off very ordinary until, let's just say, February, when the virus headed North America. I had no idea that the virus existed until March. One of the good things I liked about 2020 is what had to be March 11th, because me and my family, we were taking a flight to Disney. We had a very good vacation at Disney in Florida. I had a good time there. This was before. Yeah, on our last day, well, actually, a day before our last day, we were watching the news and we found out that there's this thing called the coronavirus. I'm not sure if this is going to get the stream taken down because YouTube they don't allow people saying coronavirus, but Yeah, I had no idea that this that this had happened, but so far the Disney vacation is the only good thing that has happened to me, and I guess you can say it was a better early high school graduation than I could ever expected, because I did not expect all schools to get banned due to the virus.
Well, I wasn't saying that it was good. I wasn't saying it was bad. Well, because for me at least, it was eye-opening. I learned a lot about myself, and I learned some very important life lessons. And the most important one is that sometimes, you just can't change the past. You just have to forget about it and move on with life. Because, as they say, living in the past, there's no future in it. So, I learned to just let the past go and just accept that, hey, some things just weren't meant to be, and some people weren't meant to be in my life, because that's not part of God's plan for me. He has better people in my life in store for me. So I had to learn to accept and move on. So
yeah, I mean, that is true, but it's ironic that you say that, because nothing is changing right now.
But it's just that personally, I'm in a better place than I was because for a long time I was really down and out, and 2020 was really a year that I finally got on the up and up personally and mentally.
Oh yeah, I've been there. I've been in a very depressed life. Not just 2020, but also because for the past 5 years or so, well, starting in 2016 when I started to attend high school, it wasn't going very well. It wasn't going very well for me, because I didn't really expected the experience.
What's that, guys?
Okay. I didn't really experience the experience that I wanted to have for my high school days. The thing is, all I got was, it's just a bunch of politically correctness, and it's just the high school that I went to. I'm not going to give out the name of it because I don't think that's necessary. But
it's not.
It really isn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Otherwise, that will just expose my fucking school. But anyway, so they try way too hard to be cool, because they think playing music from Cardi B and Soulja Boy.
Oh God, Cardi B.
It means it's it makes us cool. Hey, we all like rap music just like today's kids. Well, actually, I'm not one of them. So I was like, okay, can you play anything that's besides fucking rap? I mean, I'm not against rap. It's just today's music is just garbage. I mean, play some rock or metal, or better yet, some underground that will get kids hyped up. But it's just well, then again, I don't really like today's generation of kids, though sadly I'm one of them, because I was born in 2001. I mean, I'm
one of them too, so don't feel bad. I'm one of them as well. I was born in 99, so I'm not far behind you.
Hey, we're all in the same age group, pretty much.
Yeah.
We pretty much all are.
And we all don't like the shit music that's being put out.
I mean, now to Tricky's point about the music thing, that's just how it is. The kids today, they don't care about the message the song stands. All they care about is the beat. Like, they don't care how trash the lyrics are or whatever else. Like the music being trash, all I care about is the beat. If the beat is good, they're gonna be jamming to that shit for years and years.
Yeah. Also, it's very ironic, because I don't know about your high school, but my high school, they started banning words like bro and usual words that wannabe gangsters would use and shit like that. They don't allow you to talk about sex or any of that stuff. It's okay if you don't want any of that in your school, then why the fuck are you playing rap songs that contain that content? That doesn't make any sense.
I agree. And actually, that was my high school. In my very last few days at my high school before I graduated, they were starting to come down on certain words.
Yeah, like you see the hypocrisy going on. Now, I'm not saying that the high school that I went to should be all sunshine and rainbows, but what I am saying,
no, of course not.
But what I am saying is that they need to learn not to contradict themselves.
For sure, for sure. But hey, this is the world for you. It's all about contradictions, man. That's what it's all about.
Oh yeah.
Now, I will admit, there were times where I myself am a hypocrite, but the difference is that I learned from it. You know,
Yeah.
I learned from it, and I promise to never do that again.
These people today, they don't learn from their mistakes or from their hypocrisy. They don't learn. They just choose to stay in their shallow little bubble because that's all they know. And that's no reason why that's no reason why people love this rap, because that's all they know. They don't want to explore new genres. All they want to do is stay in their little bubble and listen to garbage music of today. That's all they know.
And this is what pissed me off about the high school that I went to. Now, for those who don't know, I myself am autistic, and I've been stereotyped by it. No, it's not because of an insult or anything like that. It's because, you know, one of these staff members, they were talking to me about putting me in an autistic support class, and they expect me to give a shit about the spectrum, and they say that, you know, I should be against the word retard because it offends people with autism and Down syndrome. What the fuck? Why should I be the guy that gives a shit about it? Just because I'm autistic doesn't mean I have to give a shit about it. This is politically correctness. Am I the guy who looks like that I give a fuck about that shit? No, I don't come to school to talk about my diagnosis. I come to the school because I just want to interact with people and make friends and have a cool life.
Exactly.
That's my goal.
And hey, I know what you're feeling like, man, because I'm mildly, but I'm autistic as well. And hey, that was a lot of my problems for the past 4, 5, 6 years. In my high school, a lot of the kids there, especially like girls and everything. Yes, I said girls. I don't care. Yes, girls. They often looked at me weird, like especially when they found out I was autistic. They started looking at me weird, you know, and everything, being ugly towards me for no reason. And a lot of these girls, I didn't even know who they were, but they just started giving me ugly looks, just started, you know, treating me like shit. And it's like, what did I do? And you know, I just thought, what did I do to deserve this? But then I realized that, you know what? Hey, this is how the world works, man. Some people just look at you, and if they find out one thing about you, they're gonna treat you like you're inferior to them. It don't matter what your person, like, it's got where your personality don't mean shit. How you treat others don't matter. If you got one feature or one thing that's not normal or that's up to their standards, then guess what? You're gonna get shitted on.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, it really pisses me off that people bitch at me all the time for saying the word retard. I mean, I say it all the time because it helps me express my opinions, but they just get offended over it. I can't stand it when people get offended over the word retard. It fucking pisses me off.
Depends on the context. There are some times when it's funny, sometimes it can be offensive. That's what I feel.
But you know what's the most frustrating is when people pick and choose what to get offended over. What to get offended over. That's what pisses me off. It's like, and a lot of people are guilty of this. We pick and choose what we want to get mad at. It's like we get mad at one certain situation when someone else does it. But yet if we do it, oh, it's okay because we're doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, then again, I don't like the students in my high school anyway. I mean, I don't hate all of them. I did make friends with some of them because, you know, we did have something in common. But the majority of them, they're just constantly obsessed with world star hip hop and like TikTok. Fucking TikTok, Instagram bullshit, Vine bullshit. You know, shit that
that doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately.
Shit that I really don't care about. And they even say the infamous "My name is Jeff" meme, a joke that really pisses me off. That's not even funny.
But it's overused. It's way overused.
Yeah. But I just want stop talking about my days in high school, but I'm going to say this right here, right now. My days in high school were fucking dreadful.
Mm-hmm. And I just got a couple more things to say, and I'll let you guys continue with whatever you're continuing on. Autism, that was a big reason why my real mother didn't want nothing to do with me. It's because, you know how people can be. She was just like, well, she didn't recognize me as her son, So, and because she thought that my grandmother was manipulating me and telling lies about her, she was like, well, you're not my child, even though she's my real mother. She's like, you're not my child. And plus she could tell that I was autistic. She was like, well, you see, my son, he ain't got that problem,
Is that like, yeah, even though I am autistic, I just don't care for the spectrum. I just don't. Like, if you're autistic, you're autistic. But like,
exactly.
Like, if you're the type of person, even if you're an adult who is just, if you're the type of person who's just expecting me to love it, then that's when I have a problem. Because that's like saying that your group of people are better than the other group of people because they're not autistic.
Exactly.
Like, this is the thing. Like, this is the thing with it. This is the thing. Autism is what you make of it. At the end of the day, it's what you make of it. There's no real way to define like really what autism is, because at this rate, so many people either have it or so many people believe they have it. It's a thing of like, at this rate, like, it is what you believe of it. And at the end of the day, like, if you want it to define you, it will define you. But for most people, like that who we associate, like for most people who I associate with and people I believe, we believe that doesn't define like who we are, because we are above like whatever, like about all the stuff that is supposed to hinder us. We're above that.
Yeah. Well, you see, now, doctors told me I had it, and believe me, for a long time, I didn't want to believe I had it. I kept saying, no, I don't have it. This has got to be a mistake. But multiple doctors I visited said, you have this, you have autism. And then it took me a while to understand that, you know what, I do have it, because they told me about some of the behavioral traits that autistic people show, and I started recognizing that I was showing a lot of those traits. And then I was like, you know what? Fine. This is just what it is. I mean, I can't, it won't go away. There's nothing I can do to make it stop. I was born this way, and I just have to make the best of it, And I tried, and I have. It's just that I didn't expect so many people at my high school to put me down because of it. I thought I could trust people to accept me and not, shit on me because because I got autism. But I gotta say,
at the end of the day, people just people want to get above you any chance they can. At the end of the day, that's just how life is. People want to get above you. People want to try to bring you down, because at the end of the day, and this is what and I've been telling Jonathan, at the end of the day, life is gonna kick the crap out of you. Like, that's just real talk. Like, it's gonna beat you up and it's going to destroy you. But at the end of the day, you got to come out. You got to come at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
There's two things you can do. You can kind of just stay out and kind of just stay out of it and just, just decide I'm calling quits, or you can fight back. You can stand up and give it all you got.
Uh-huh.
And that's what I do. I give it all I got. And one of the lessons that I just stopped caring what others think of me. I mean, if they want to think that about me, then fine, think it about me. It's not going to stop me from living my life. I mean, if you think I'm that inept, then that's your problem. That's not mine. Yeah. I'm not going to stop living my life because you want to think so low of me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, this is why nowadays, this is why nowadays I truly believe this. If you use that, if you try to pull that card as an excuse, it's one of the things that I truly I just hate.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no, I don't blame you, because I've seen it myself. I've seen it myself with people who claimed it, but then it turns out they didn't have a problem, but they try to say, "Oh my God, I got a mental problem." So trust me, I don't blame you for being pissed off, because I've seen that shit on more than one occasion.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that does.
As someone who's actually autistic, you better believe it's gonna piss me off when I see people faking it and saying, "Oh, I got it."
Yeah.
But yet they don't really have it. They're just using it for every. They're using it as an excuse for every one of their shortcomings in life.
Yeah, that does piss me off. I really can't stand when people use the card as an excuse.
Yeah, it's like
criticism.
I'll provide some examples. It's like saying, it's like someone asks you, "Why do you spill milk?" Oh, because I'm autistic. You see, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest examples I can give out, the people with autism who use their autism as an excuse to get away from criticism would have to be Chris Chan.
What?
Oh God, no! Oh God.
Who?
Yeah. Chris Chan, the guy that does the Sonic Chew webcomic.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who
Alright.
that is. I'm sorry. But
Oh well, in short, he's the most documented person on the internet. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, he has been a popular topic.
Yeah,
for a long time now.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's like at least a good 12 years, and I know Kenny is laughing because he knows because I know what he's thinking about.
I mean, to give credit for Chris Chan, you gotta admit his old videos were funny and entertaining.
I don't look at looking back at it because looking how far he's gone downhill.
Yeah,
the old videos, they're funny, but they're also just sad. Because because Tricky, I'm pretty sure you know the birthday video.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure, the 25th or 26th one.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, when I watch that video now, I see it starting. I see everything just starting to spiral down.
Now, I'm not sure if this is true or not, but from what I've heard about Chris Chan, I actually watched a rant video on him that was made back in 2014 from a guy that I'm a huge fan of, Fat Man and Pop. I don't think you guys know who that is, but in his Chris Chan rant video, he mentions a time where Chris got arrested for taking pictures of female customers at a GameStop place, and and then someone called the cops on him. And when someone called the cops on him, Chris decides to get into his car and try to run that guy over.
Hey, I believe that because he tried to run down that Gameplace guy. He tried to run that guy over.
Oh, and another thing is the funniest thing the funniest stupid shit that Chris has ever done. Will have to be that time where he also. I think he got arrested. I'm not sure if he got arrested, but he went to a GameStop place.
Was that when he pepper sprayed the dude?
Yeah.
Oh no!
And he fucking displayed the Sonic Boom picture, and the main reason why he displayed the Sonic Boom picture is because Sonic had blue arms, and
it's because Sonic. Yeah, because Sonic had. Yeah, he got. Oh my god! This dude got so upset over Sonic getting arm recolors.
Now, yeah,
and it was so insane because he would go on their Facebook page boycotting this whole thing, trying to lead this protest over blue arms.
Yeah, well, I don't think this guy has done his research, but the Sonic Boom game, it's not a reboot. Yeah, the Sonic Boom game, it's not a reboot, nor is it a restart of the franchise. It's just an alternative universe. It takes place in an alternative universe. It's not a reboot of the franchise or anything. It's just an alternative universe. That's something that he didn't understand.
Yeah.
Okay. See ya, Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan. Yeah, decided to walk. Decided to tip. But you're talk about Christian. He's Christian is he's fascinating to say the least. Like if you
He's very
because
fascinating.
because Christian is a story that will never be duplicated because the internet nowadays kind of like prevents a lot of this stuff kind of like from happening that kind of would used to happen like because Christian was it like back when Christian was in its prime like the internet was like the Wild West.
Yeah.
Like it really was. So like a lot of the stuff he did was just insane. And I'm pretty unlike in like and like anytime like and I know what Kenny thinks of anytime like he hears the name of Christian and Tricky, I'm pretty sure you know about Blue Spike. I'm pretty sure you do.
Wait, Blue Spike?
Yeah.
I forgot. Let me look him up.
Oh, well, once you find it out, you're gonna be like, oh, you like your mood is gonna somewhat sour, but you're probably gonna be somewhat laughing. It's gonna be a combination of you somewhat laughing, you being somewhat angry, and somewhat just like, what did I just read? Like,
Yeah. Oh, this guy. Wow.
yeah.
I know who Blue Spike is. Damn, it's been many years since I've seen that dude on the internet.
Blue Spike is like early / mid Chris Story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. This dude's crazy.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of another funny Christian moment. Oh God,
That's okay. We don't need another one. I think people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all good.
Yeah,
but thanks for sharing, though.
Yeah.
Now let's delve into game shows for just a quick second because 2 people here at least are fans of it. It's Alex Trebek's last week. Unfortunately, I didn't get to. Jeopardy was preempted by the shit that happened in DC today, so I didn't get to watch Jeopardy.
Yeah, same here. So
yeah, unfortunately. But so I do know someone in another area who's recording it, and they're gonna give it to me later. But anyway, then tomorrow we have Celebrity Wheel of Fortune and The Chase. The Chase is gonna be. I think both of those shows are gonna be muy excelente because Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, you got celebrities playing the wheel. It's a great game. It's Friday.
That is a great game.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Chase too. I love that game show as well.
Right, but the Chase,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be with that fat British guy you saw on Game Show Network. It's gonna be with, it's gonna be
Beast.
with the three Yanks, the 3 goats, Ken, James, and Brad. Kind of
From
neat how January 9th of 2020 we got to see them on the Jeopardy thing, and then 1 year later exactly we get to see them on the Chase. So
yeah.
Funny enough.
And Friday is Alex's last day. Hopefully nothing happens in DC on Friday, or else that's gonna get messed up. So.
Dude,
Oh yeah.
Like Alex Trebek was a legend.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like Friday, like go watch like the final episode of Alex. Like it's gonna be something like some people might be tear jerking. Like I can already kind of see because like it's gonna be a hard episode to watch.
I think I'll be fine.
But
yeah.
But I'm gonna watch it.
But yes, I'll have to watch it.
Yeah. I might as well DVR it so I won't miss out on it. So.
Yeah.
Because it might be the most important episode. Well, it's obviously going to be because it's like the last final episode of Jeopardy where Alex Trebek appears in it before he passed.
End of an era, really. 35 years.
Yeah, end of an era. Sad.
End of a great era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful era.
I mean, like Alex Trebek, like he's not the only great person that we lost in 2020. There's also
oh no, of course not.
Yeah, there was also Kobe Bryant, of course. I think I mentioned that earlier. And there was
Oh
also
God, Kobe Bryant's death just shook the basketball world.
yeah,
No one could believe it.
yeah, and there was also voice actor from Vancouver, Kirby Morrow. Not sure if you know who that is, but he was a great voice actor.
And rest in peace to him.
Yeah, he was in Dragon Ball Z, Death Note, X-Men Evolution, and some other shows. I liked him in Oban Star Racers. I think his role as Prince Ayaka was fantastic. But yeah, so far he was a really good voice actor.
And we lost a few polka players this year. We lost Fred Gregorich out of Cleveland, Ohio, who died of the coronavirus complications. I forget. He was 87, 88. And Roman Passetti, who was a big person in Chicago. But the last few years, he lived in a nursing facility in Las Vegas, and he was pretty much bedridden because he had a fractured back and he couldn't really walk anymore. So at least he's not suffering from that. But Roman was 91, and I did talk on the phone with him about 2 or 3 times in the last year. So that was nice.
Oh, and Regis Philbin, don't forget about him.
Yes, Regis.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what? Regis Philbin died? Oh
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, he died in 2020. Yeah.
Yeah, that's also a shame because I grew up watching his talk show.
Damn. Man, 2020, man, as far as like, man, we lost so many great ones, man. So many great ones. But hey, 2020 was bad. I mean, 2021 may not be a better year for the whole world, but each of us individually can make 2021 a better year as long as we really try to make it a better year. That's something I learned.
Yeah. Hey, at the end of the day, like hard work pays off at the end of the day.
I mean, yeah. I mean, as they say, everyone is the author of their own fortune. You know, you can make your life better if you really put in the work and you really give it your all every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You see, for a while, I tried to run from the grind. You know, I tried to avoid the hard work, but in this day and age, you can't do that. You have to work hard every single day just to keep a roof over your head. You know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to keep the keep the grind going, keep focusing on what it is because it's close. At the end of the day, I always say it's closer than you think.
That's right.
You just gotta, you just gotta shape your mind to getting to where you want to be.
Yes.
Yep.
Also, lyrics to a song are enjoy yourself. It's later than you think.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that a lot of people ignore, it's all about your mentality, you know. It's all about your mentality. That's something that a friend of mine has taught me through many conversations, that your mentality is really the key to a lot of things going on in your life.
Yeah.
If you carry a certain mentality, then certain things are going to happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and speaking of Kobe Bryant, there's one thing from 2020 that really, really pissed me off.
What was that?
Okay, TMZ. TMZ. They.
God, fuck TMZ. Go ahead. I'm just saying, fuck TMZ.
Oh, and let's not forget what's her face. Gail King. Yeah, Gail King. She was trying to ruin Kobe Bryant's legacy by falsely accusing him for being a sexual predator. And
of course,
that backfired. Of course it backfired because there was no proof. I even saw this one video ranting about the situation by this black woman. I'm not racist. I'm just describing who made the video. But she was like, Gail King, what the hell is wrong with you? And I can't blame her. I mean, what the hell was wrong with Gail King? Why would he make these false allegations against Kobe after his passing?
I know. And you see, the thing is, people always wait until they're dead. They can't do this when you're alive. They gotta wait until you're dead, and then they'll start trashing you.
That's true.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, because the thing is, and like, this is the thing, and like, I've realized this when you think about it, it's mostly women, and
Yeah.
like, I hate to say, and I hate to come off like that, but it's mostly women. It's mostly women,
Yeah.
and they always wait until like you're dead, because
Yeah.
there's something about that lasting legacy.
Yeah.
There's something about that women just like to go after and
Yeah.
try to tarnish. There's something about that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, believe me, for the longest time, I wanted to believe that women were compassionate, loving beings who understood if you showed your feelings. But I've had a real eye-opening experience a few years back that really let me know that, hey, women are just not what they used to be anymore. They've changed. What they turned into is just something that none of us could have ever seen coming.
Yeah, and what really pissed me off was, of course, when Oprah Winfrey backstabbed Michael Jackson years after his death. It's actually, it's very ironic. Like, after Leaving Neverland came out, a movie in which a lot of people hate so much, obviously why, but when Leaving Neverland came out, and after Oprah Winfrey falsely accused Michael Jackson for being a quote unquote pedophile, it's funny that she's going to do that when you keep in mind, during the time when the movie was out, she was still friends or associated with Harvey Weinstein.
I've heard that name many times. I don't know who he is and what he did, but I've heard that name so many times.
Yeah, long story short, Harvey Weinstein, he was a movie producer from the 70s. And then years later, in 2017, he came out as a rapist. He raped women for over 20 years until 2017 when he got exposed. But
damn.
Yeah.
But in the old days, they just turned a blind eye to it. A lot of people knew what was going on, but they just didn't care.
Yeah. The thing is that Oprah, she's gonna backstab Michael Jackson, yet she wants she still wanted Harvey Weinstein. It feels like she's choosing who's her ally, like who's her allies and who's not.
Hey, it just goes back to how some of these women are. Like, they just, like this is why, like, this is why when I say, like, when it comes to, like, men, like, when it comes to, like, how much money you got, like, or like your fame status, you better keep that a secret. Like, you better word go out, because if you mess up with a woman bad, she's gonna come for you.
Yep.
And Danny, if you say that's what she said, oh my God, right now.
No, I'm laughing because it's true. I mean, not from experience, but from other people. It's like, if you mess up with that, if you do anything wrong, they can hold it against you. So,
like, they're gonna come after you. They're gonna come after everything you like. They're gonna come after, like, whatever you got, and they're gonna leave you dry. And like that actually happened to, like, someone at one of the churches I go to, and like I just found that out, and I was like, wow.
Damn.
Like, that's how ruthless women will be sometimes. Like, they will take everything you got.
And our justice system allows them to have the power to destroy men. They allow it.
Yeah, I want to get this off my chest. This also leads to the Vic Mignogna situation, where he was falsely accused for being a rapist when yet there's no proof of him being a rapist. Like, because obviously there was no proof, because they didn't go to the police about it, and whenever some of their fans asked them for proof on Twitter, they just straight up blocked them.
Hey, these days you don't need proof when it comes to females ruining men's lives. All you gotta say is he hit me. Bam, they'll believe him.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, though. You need proof, otherwise people won't think you're being a slanderer. Because keep in mind, slander is illegal, and they can be thrown in jail for that shit.
Yeah. And like they talk about women empowerment a lot, but this is male empowerment 101.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I want to give out the biggest examples of the one of the 4 people that falsely accused Vic
I'm
Mignogna.
gonna head out. Just be on the lookout for more Locking In episodes. Paige, we got to record some this week.
Hey, we'll probably talk about all this winter fun and game stuff. Probably.
Yes. Good night, everybody. Have a good show.
Yeah. All right. See you, Danny boy.
Yeah. But anyways,
hey, Lewis, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So, anyways, I want to give out some examples of one of the 4 people that falsely accused Vic Mignogna for being a sexual predator. One of them is Jamie Marchi. Now, I'm just gonna screen share something, if that's okay.
All right.
Yeah. Now, just in case for those who don't know, Jamie Marchi is a fucking racist. Now, I'm not a BLM supporter or anything like that, but yeah, this is the proof of the tweet that she made back in 2019, where she attacked a black man for having black skin, in which the tweet said, "It looked like he fell in shit face to me. What's worse, black-faced lawyer or hashtag shit-faced lawyer?" Did she apologize for that tweet? No.
Hell no.
She didn't delete the tweet because she didn't delete the tweet because she felt remorse. She deleted the tweet because it backfired. She had backlash because of it. Now, I bring this up because, Funimation, they made a, hold on, let me see. Let me fucking screen share this part. Funimation, they made a tweet back in 2020 supporting the Black Lives Matter, in which they quote, "We believe in our anime community, in the rights of those in our community, and we believe that hashtag Black Lives Matter." So my question is, why the fuck is Funimation letting a white racist work for them?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that doesn't make it.
Very good question.
They might as well not fire her because she's a woman. So what?
Racism is racism, no matter who says it.
It don't matter if you're male or female.
Yeah. But, that's all I can say about the allegation bullshit. I'm just going to go ahead and talk about something else because, yeah.
Yeah, I think we got room for another topic. Speaking of the topic, Trey, what's on your mind?
Oh, not much. Just trying to, despite all the BS that's been happening, throughout the world, just trying to keep a positive attitude to things, because there's no point in being negative, because if you be negative, then bad shit will happen to you at some point. You got to try to stay positive. And believe me, for the longest time, I didn't want to be positive. I thought that was such BS, but I learned, hey, you might as well be positive. You got to give it a shot. You can't just give up and say, "Oh, I'm done with life. I want to kill myself." You can't have that, defeated attitude, because that ain't going to get you nowhere in life. You just got to try and just live every day. And who knows? All it takes is one good day to turn your life around. That's all it takes.
Yeah, man. Like my boy Trey, spitting nothing but facts. That's what he do.
Yep.
You can have 75 bad days, but all it takes is one good day to make those 75 mean nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a job opportunity. It could be you can find a good girl in life. It could be anything, or someone, or just it could be anything. Any one good thing someone gives you, a job opportunity. Someone puts in a good word for you, or just anything. But all I know now is that no longer can you have this defeated attitude, because it just won't work. Because people are going to see a defeated attitude and they're going to avoid you, because people, no matter who they are and how they act, what life they live, they don't want to be around a negative person who's always negative all the time. Especially in these recent times, they don't want to be around a bunch of negative Nancys, as some would say.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you just. At the end of the day,
some of my friends in the Discord and some other Discord, that's what they've been telling me. It's like, look, it's about your mentality. And people will notice too. You don't think they do. Even people that you only see on once every whatever days, they'll notice. they know how you carry yourself. And if they start noticing that you're carrying yourself in a better way, then who knows? You could, maybe not, but you may make some new friends.
Mm-hmm. Hey, most of the battle, like most of everything, is simply just in preparation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like you just, at the end of the day, like there's a reason why, like like lots of times, like like, I don't stay with what I feel like. I just don't.
Yeah.
Like, because like, hey, like if I feel some way, like it's okay to it's okay to be down and out like for a day or so. Like it's okay. Like it happens.
Yeah.
Like, we're all human. Like everything's like
But
eventually
at
there's
some
got to be a
point,
point where you got to realize that, hey, like I don't like how this feels. Like it's time to just change it about that.
Yeah.
and at some point, you gotta realize that. Look, life is what it is. I mean, you're not gonna crying and bitching and moaning ain't gonna make the world a better place. All you can do is just shut up, put on some big boy pants, and just live life and try to do something about it. That's all you can do. That's all you can really do.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, something that not just men but all people need to do. We need to stop. We need to stop valuing others' opinion. Like if somebody wants to hate on you, let them hate on you. Because guess what? They don't know the real you. They don't know your struggles. They don't know what you've been through in your life. They don't know what road you had to go through to get where you had to get. So that's something that we got. That's something that all of us, every single one of us, have got to do. Just stop overvaluing others' opinions. I mean, especially if they don't even know who we are. I mean, just let them hate. Let them hate. I mean, because not everyone is going to love you and what you do and how you are. Because if everyone loves you, then that's a problem. It's natural, and it can be a good thing as long as it's not too toxic. It's okay to have a few haters.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's like eventually you're gonna get them anyway, so you might as well just get used to it.
I mean, you can be the most perfect person in everything. Nobody can, but I'm just saying, you can be the most perfect person in everything. Straight A's, you can have the perfect height, perfect weight, perfect physique, perfect anything you can think of, just perfect everything. And people will still, try to bring you down. It's just how the world, and it's just how humans in general work.
There's just one positive thing about haters that I would like to bring up. And this also goes out to people that use YouTube as well. Now,
man, you guys finally showed up.
Oh, wow.
Hey, what's up?
Now, one of the positive things about haters on YouTube is that they're doing you a favor by giving you more views. So I don't even know what's the whole purpose to cheer on.
I love my haters. I love my haters, my lovers. I love them all.
Yeah. So,
but and one other thing I want to share is that, hey, if you're gonna be, if anyone's listening to this and thinking about being a YouTuber, there is one thing you gotta do. You gotta understand that whatever content you're thinking about doing, there's gonna be people who love it and there's gonna be people who hate it. And if you can't accept that and you can't take some criticism, then YouTube may not be the hobby for you.
Yeah, there is a difference between.
Hang on, can anyone hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can.
I thought something was wrong with my mic or something, but anyway, Dan just said, "F, they found me."
We'll always find you, Dan. We'll always find you.
Anyway, you guys continue.
I was gonna say, there is a difference, a huge difference between hating and criticizing. Criticism is part of improvement. Haters, they just want to give you shit.
Yeah. Now, of course, you shouldn't want or expect, or you shouldn't want or expect to be called the N-word or something like that, or have people tell you to go kill yourself. Now, that ain't hate. That's just being an asshole. Criticism is like saying, okay, like say for example, someone needs to say like, okay, you need to do a better job in speaking, or have a better camera. Like, that's criticism. That's not hatred, or whatever you want to call it, hate speech. Hate speech is like saying, oh, I wish you would kill yourself, or I wish cancer would take your life and kill you. that's the kind of stuff that people have to understand that. Hey, there are people out there that are going to be like that. They're going to say those things towards you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, people are just going to be that way, and if you can't handle it and can't accept it, then YouTube is just not the place for you. Because when you get into YouTube, you just gotta understand. No matter what you do, not everyone is going to like you. I mean, I repeated myself, but it's something that needs to be said because you're never going to please everybody. Believe me, I thought I could, but I learned
that's true.
Nope, you can't.
The only person you can please is yourself, not you personally.
That's right.
Well, actually, the only
Thing.
that's a true statement because the only person that you can please is yourself. I mean, look at Hangman. Why do you think he tries to ejaculate so much?
Oh my God.
What's the matter, Bunny?
I think you guys might have gotten a little too loose on your Outcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, here's my deal.
I'm thinking it's still Austin still.
But that's you. Like you keep doing your thing. You keep doing your thing. At the end of the day, like one thing, we were talking about criticism, and like at the end of the day, like people don't realize this, but criticism is a team effort.
Wait. Oh, there's your girl. Saying why, J-Man? Oh my effing G, lordy. Like, hey, you know what? I can't. Hey, I am who I am. But anyway, the thing is, I actually agree with Trey here because the thing is, you can't always please everybody, And at the end of the day, if the haters don't like what you do, then hey, then they're not irrelevant. But however, if people like what you do, then hey, at least you're doing something right. But if they give you hate, hey, more viewership to you.
Yeah. See, the way I look at it is if you start getting viewers that hate you but start watching you all the time, then you're doing something right. Because it's hard to get people to like you that. It's hard to get a group of people that actually like you. Now, even how hard it is to even get someone who hates you but still watches you every day. That's talent.
Mm-hmm.
that takes talent.
Yeah,
exactly. As 100% fact right there.
I don't want to bring this to be relevancy, but it's just to prove a point. You know how like every time I've seen Trump's Facebook page, okay, and every time I see a lot of hate and a lot on it, like say the majority of it can be hate and a majority of it can be support and love and all that. Still, at the end of the day, all those haters, you wonder why are they here? I'll tell you why. Because they liked and follow his Facebook profile. Otherwise, I mean, they can't. Obviously, I mean, they can still hate him, but they don't have to follow him. So, still, once again, more viewership and more, yeah.
Though you have to admit, like nowadays, haters, they can be very stupid and retarded.
Of course they can be.
The ones that are very harsh have to be the ones who cross the line.
I think one of the biggest examples I can give out would have to be the haters that TG Venom dealt with constantly, because whenever TG Venom gives out his opinion on a specific artist, that type of fanboy or fangirl.
I remember those.
Yeah.
Someone would bitch and complain about it.
Yeah. They call him a hater.
A hater? You're a hater.
Hold on. Yeah. They call him a hater, yet they insult at him. So my question is, isn't insulting someone hating? Like the death threats and all?
Death threats, that's crazy. That's a different top. The death threat, that's a psychotic person. That's not just a troll. That's just a psychotic person. Now, taking it out of it, they're just seriously mentally ill. But you're rarely going to get someone like that. The majority of the people that you're going to get are those trolls in chat. Now, I could tell you how I usually handle it. Like I had a guy in Jordan's chat kind of just like saying, just like being a troll, just like, you got 9 views now, just being a troll. But I always play with them. Like I just play the game with them. I just Play the troll game. That's how I handle it. And then look what happened, Jordan. I played the stupid game with him, and then he subscribed. He followed me on Twitch. Like my point is,
let me guess, Hypertricks 101.
I don't know. I don't think that was it. But my point is, I play the game with them. They can troll. That's fine. Death threats, psychotic. Trolling, I don't care. Troll on my stream. As long as you follow the rules, troll me. Laugh at me. I'll laugh with you. I laugh at stuff I do. That doesn't affect me. Like you said earlier, Big Daddy Trey, and hi, but how you doing, by the way? I haven't said that yet. Like you said earlier, you had mentioned that if this ain't the career or the not really career all the time, but this ain't the hobby for you if you can't handle it. And you're right. You need to be able to handle those things because you're going to get them all the time. And I said this on a stream. I forget who, somebody's stream. There's people out there that one person is racist to them and suddenly they make their life's goal to trash them on the internet. And I said this, if you can't handle one person doing it and you make it your life's goal, you can never be famous on the internet because the higher you get, the more people are going to do it. You need to learn to let people be people and focus on yourself and your content, your community, and the message you're trying to deliver. And don't let people distract you from it.
Because people are like, they're like snakes or sharks, whichever one you want to use. I want to say snakes. Once they see, or sharks, whatever. But anyway, the point is, once people see blood, once they see blood, they're going to go after it. Which basically is meaning, once people see that you can't handle criticism, they're going to hound you and hound you and hound you until you do something real psychotic. Like killing yourself, for example.
I'm glad you said that because you're right. They go after you, cutthroat. I don't take anything too serious. When I take things serious, then you know I'm pretty ticked off. But it's never like at a troll. Usually when I'm serious, it's at somebody who doesn't hide their identity. I'll write in the open, and I don't let trolls get to me. I never have. That's never my style. I don't. I look at them as NPCs in the internet world.
Non-playable characters.
They're NPCs.
That's a good one. I like that analogy. That's a good one.
So I don't deal with NPCs. I deal with the real ones, and that's right.
Well, you know what? The NPCs I deal with are sex bots. I'm not kidding.
That's a YouTube.
Now, if you don't believe me, look at my comment section of my recent upload. The one where I'm doing it's the one where I renamed it earlier.
That's not a troll. That's a YouTube issue.
Yeah, I know
You know, there's a setting to filter spam comments.
I filter it already. I'm the one right. I barely use YouTube, and I knew that.
They usually go away for a time, but you know what? The funny thing is, at least you know one thing. At least you're getting something rather than nothing. Like take my recent upload, for example. It's like, like one of the recent streams I did this Monday, I took a clip of it, made sure it lasts for an hour of repetitiveness, and now you get to see Junko making love to a blow-up doll for 1 hour. Only the sound effects of one.
Oh my Lord!
Only you can hear the sound effects, not see it.
Thank God! Oh God, I can only imagine.
You animated it and stuff, and you're.
Oh my God! If it's animated, then it's hentai. Anyway, hold on here. This is what I'm talking about.
But with YouTube and life, there's just two big things that I can take away. Is that one thing, we gotta stop giving people power over our lives. We just gotta block out the noise. And the second thing, this is a quote from Red Dead Redemption 2, the video game. If you haven't played it, I suggest you at least give it a try because it's a great game.
About that
what a segue from what we were just ending the stream about. That's crazy.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. When they cross the line, I get my covenants to catch them rocks.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but the quote is: embrace those who care about you, not the ones that pretended to. Embrace those people, the ones that stuck with you through the good times and the bad. Don't waste your time thinking about the ones who didn't care or the ones that pretended to care.
Big Daddy Trey, man, you are a smart guy. I've got to give you credit there. It's so you need to come on my stream sometime. You are a really intelligent guy. Now, the stuff you're saying is so true because I tell this to people. People that are there to watch you don't want to hear you talk about those idiots in the chat. They are there for a reason, and you are doing them a disservice when you devote time to people that aren't dedicating their time to you. Granted, these trolls are, but they're not the ones that you should be focusing on. There's actual fans in the chat that actually care about what you're saying, but yet
and they take time.
Go ahead.
And they take time out of their day to see what you're, doing on your YouTube channel. They didn't come there to hear you go on rants against random nobodies with Fortnite names in their account.
That's how you lose viewers. That's how you lose viewers. You need to focus on the ones that are there. You need to focus on and I'll just call out your folks, P1, Generation Kenny, Dan XP, Brandon Beauregard, all the people that have chatted in here. That's so far, but I know you got Daryl Riva, Mitch Hill, iPokes, Cable. Cable's a cool dude. I've been talking to Cable on his streams, man. He puts on some good streams. If you ain't subscribed to Cable on Twitch, then you need to check your pulse. Arctic Wolf. My point is, these are the people that you should be focusing on in your streams, not Joe Schmo 12 telling you to suck a dick in the chat. That guy doesn't deserve to be talked about.
You know what? I got something to say here, which kind of might, be relevant, but you probably might think it's kind of weird if I say it.
Go ahead, Jordan. You haven't said anything relevant so far, so go ahead. I'm just kidding.
Actually, the only one that hasn't said anything relevant would have to be Bunny.
Charlie's just laying down.
You said Charlie. You said Charlie, and I said Bunny. So I guess we're probably on the right track.
Go ahead.
But anyway,
what were you gonna say?
The thing is, there's been for some reason people when they think about when you criticize someone, say, let's talk about Alexa Bliss. Remember that thing with JD from NY? that whole deal with that criticism.
With Alexa Bliss, yeah, I remember it.
Let me just say this: if you ask me, if Alexa Bliss really thinks that criticism from JD from NY is the biggest, threat to her career or anything of the sort, then by God, she needs thicker skin. Because the thing is, wrestling critics will always be criticizing for your ring work and all that stuff, but at the same time, you don't need to go on social media, have a little hissy fit thinking someone's bullying you. The guy wasn't bullying you. He was just criticizing. That's all he was doing. That's all he ever does. But then after that happens, you get to see the realness of the company that she's employed with. Well, like Road Dogg Jesse James saying, he'll ask someone to block him, or he'll block someone who does criticism and all that. And I'm like, this guy cannot be for freaking real. So in a sense, criticizing in a sense to other people is practically a sin, which I believe is the most retarded thing I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I do believe that there is a way to criticize, and the thing with what JD said was that that was an insensitive thing to say.
Because he was criticizing her
he was criticizing her performance in bed. That's a very insensitive thing to say to a woman.
Well,
that's very insensitive. Even nowadays.
Okay.
That's very
I'll admit that's wrong. But at the same time, why would she let that get to her head? That's one thing. Because you know why? Because she's soft.
SAWFT. So
I don't know. I think that I can't. Jordan, let's be real for a second. If somebody called you out on social media, you would do that. You would bitch about it. Yeah, you would. You would, Jordan, and it wouldn't be any different than her bitching about it.
I wouldn't care about anybody who thinks me what I do in bed. In fact, whatever I do is my business.
Okay, not the bed comment. Any comment that dug personal. Because in the bed's personal. Are we all agreed? When you're doing the bed,
that is very personal.
So if somebody dug deep personal, I don't know, the way you, I don't want to. I don't know anything. I can't think of anything, but I'm just saying, if somebody dug deep enough to attack you, where maybe believe it or not, because people are like this, maybe she actually thinks she isn't very good in the bed. And maybe it's something that really does get to her. And somebody said it, and she's always has this fear of being with a guy and has the looks, but feels like she can't perform. And then and she doesn't want to disappoint, believe it or not.
A few women like that.
There's women like that. And what if this guy just dug in deep personally?
Okay, you're talking about something in bed.
Yes.
Okay, if she, let's just take it from this concept. What? Okay, if it had something to do with her family and all that, now that I can understand. But if it had something to do that had nothing to do with family values or whatever, then I see that all he's doing is just, being a dick.
Yes, but he's attacked. You're not understanding.
This is the thing. Women have a lot more insecurities than men.
Yes.
And men have insecurities to a point. I'm pretty sure that there's something that you're insecure about. In fact, we all know what that is. We all know what it is. Trey might not, but most of us know. And that is, and I hate to say it, but that's your brother. We know how you feel about your brother. And we know how you would react if someone went after that.
And we all know the outcome, because the thing is, not to go that route.
Mm-hmm. But this is the thing. To women, those comments like that can affect a woman in that kind of way.
Oh yeah. Hey, because for a woman, their sex game means the world to them. It means
especially a good-looking woman. Let's be honest.
Especially because women are criticized constantly about their ability to perform. That is something that they're criticized on, and sometimes women get harassed and abused over that.
Mm-hmm. It's facts.
I'm pretty sure you hear about women getting raped and all this other kind of stuff. It's a big deal. A women's ability to perform, and that's something that's very sad to say, but it's the very truth. And if a man attacks a woman in that kind of regard, that's very messed up.
All I know is I wouldn't go that route.
And it's not, and the thing is, it's not about going that route. It's about someone going in that route. And if a woman, and how that affects a woman, that's the big point about it. It's not about if you would do it or not. It's about how it would affect the woman.
Yeah, and the woman being her, every woman's different, but it's like you said, it's insecurities. It's really not about the topic. It's not about what said or who said what. It's the fact that someone attacked her insecurity, and she did what anybody else would do if their insecurity was attacked.
Oh, of course. We're human.
I could have flunked out of college, and somebody mentioned it on Twitter, and I didn't, by the way. But my point is, if I did, somebody would have said something on Twitter, and that might be my insecurity, you're a dropout, and I might be but to somebody that never went to college, might be I don't see the big deal. It's not a big deal. But for somebody that lived it and did it and wasted money and then got kicked out, it is kind of a big deal. So everybody's insecurity is shaped on how they got to that position. And then the family thing is huge too. Everybody has, it just is what it is. I mean, I can't sit here and judge somebody for how they reacted because I don't know her. I don't know her life. I don't know.
Exactly. But you see, at some point, what we all have to do at one point or another, because you see, your parents or whoever takes care of you, they can try, but we have to teach ourselves to grow a thicker skin. Because really, we can only teach ourselves to have a thicker skin. No one can make us have a thicker skin. We got to look at ourselves and say, you know what? I'm not going to let what people say about me, stop me from trying to achieve my life goals and enjoy everyday life. I mean, getting offended, there's no wrong getting offended because everyone gets offended about something and everyone has insecurities. But at some point, we have to stop giving people power because really, it's not them. It's you that's allowing them to hurt you.
That's what I was pretty much saying. Well, at least I was trying to.
Yeah, but the point is, it's us. I mean, people are going to say what they want to say, but it's up to us to decide, well, how badly are we going to let this hurt us? Are we going to let this ruin our lives? Or are we going to say, you know what? That's just how the way life is. We have to accept that people are going to be people and just move on. You can't please everybody and just try to live life.
So that's two different. So Big Daddy Trey, those are two different things. What you're right. Mm-hmm. But what me and Paige were saying is that here's why she reacted this way, not disregarding that she acted this way. Here's why she acted that way. What Big Daddy Trey is saying is here's how to get over that insecurity. Here's what the steps need to be done. So there's two different things, and I get it, like, because like that's the point, but like it's almost like how she reacted is legitimate in her sense.
It's telling. It tells a lot about her.
Yeah. Now, but like growing thicker skin is something she can learn from it. Basically.
Yeah, like now, like if someone else did that, like if someone else did it again, if she did it again, then we would probably be having a different conversation about it.
Yeah,
but
like she needs to stop because
people
found
it.
it.
Yeah, but like if it was just this one incident, like the way she acted, it was perfectly understandable because, like I said, that was a very insensitive thing to say. Mm-hmm. And it's not just about like, about growing thicker skin or not. Like, that's something that could really affect her down the, like, that's something that could have, like, that's something that really could have affected her and really could have caused a lot of stuff in PR.
But something that public figures and people in general need to realize that a lot of people, they don't have to be in your everyday life in order to learn about you. All you gotta do is look at your mannerisms, your body language, and a lot of times that can tell them more about you than what you say about yourself. So you gotta really be careful with, you gotta be careful with how you act, on your mannerisms, because some people they're just blessed with smarts. They're just blessed with a high IQ. And some people can just find out things about you that you didn't even know about yourself.
Now, can I say something? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were done. My bad.
I mean, we don't think that people who don't know us can find things about us, but some people are just brilliantly smart. They just know certain things. They can notice certain things about us that we don't see, and when they notice it, and if it's insecurity, they're going to use it to try and hurt you. And you have to realize that, hey, this is how people are. I mean, they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop, they're not going to stop, hating on you. I mean, if they don't like you and what you represent, they're going to attack you until you break. So that's why I said you have to stop giving people power over you, because they're going to do their thing no matter what. No matter how you act, they're going to be them. They're going to be their hateful selves. But all we can do is choose, okay, am I going to let this offend me, or am I just going to bow down, put on the big pants and be like, hey, this is just how people can be. And especially if you're a famous figure, if you're a famous figure of any type, people are definitely going to hate on you because in your profession, you are something that they wish they could be. And what is that? And what is that? That's jealousy, because what you're achieving and what you're doing for a living, that's something that they want to do, but deep down, they know that they'll never be able to pull it off. So that's why people attack you, because you're living their dream life, and they're mad about it because they can't live it. So that's why they're attacking you, because they're salty.
Well said. What I was going to say to add to what you're saying is that I said this earlier. I think I said it behind the scenes, so I didn't say it live, but I'll say it live here. To keep him.
Go ahead.
So basically, to keep in mind of when you let people into your community.
Hot dang it, stupid cocksucker! What? Okay. We find Dan, but then Adam finds us. Wow.
Oh, okay.
Back to your point, Tom.
Wow. Okay. So basically, earlier today, me and Paige talked behind the scenes about something else. I'm not going to name names here. I'm not doing that. But my point is, you need to keep in mind what the bigger you get, the more people are going to associate with you. The more people are going to imitate you. The more people are going to act like you. And you got to be. It dawned on me when I started seeing people in my Discord talking about a particular incident. And I started to realize I'm setting a bad example for my actions. And I don't want this direction. I don't want to lose control of a community that I'm trying to build. I don't care what the members of my community do outside of associating with my community. I don't care about that. They can do whatever they want. They're free. I just want my place to be a way to escape that. And I want us all to be under mutual agreement that this is what's going to happen. So the question is, and how is this relevant? The point is, when you go to a person or a stream or associate with somebody who doesn't have a community or doesn't know how to control a community the way you do, then you're opening the door for people that are possibly trolling them, which then introduces your community to that person's community, and you're opening your door to have them meet each other. So if you're a good content creator, you got to think, do I want this type of demographic to come in with mine and then all of a sudden have that be my new guest? So basically, if you don't want to be trolled and don't like trolling, don't go on a stream where there's a person that always gets trolled. It's not against them.
God.
It's just smart. It's just smart. It's just, why would you do that? Because now not only are you putting yourself in a position to be a present and have people from that community know you, they're going to now follow you to your stream potentially. And also people from your stream are going to be there. And then you're suddenly associated with everything going on there. It's nothing wrong with the person that might be running the stream. And again, people might be thinking I'm talking about a particular person. I'm not just talking about him. There's other people that do this. But if you put yourself in those streams, it's a bad look if you're trying to build something positive. So that's basically, be choosy on how you present yourself, and be careful on how other people present themselves before you do like a business work, or a collab, because you can't collab with people. You can like somebody, but it's not smart to collab with them if you think it's going to hurt your image on what you're trying to perceive. And some people say, oh, that's egotistical. No, it's just being smart, because what happens if you go on a stream where somebody always gets trolled, and then one of your community members are on that stream and says something and pisses off the troll, and now somebody that is one of your dedicated viewers are now getting trolled. Why? Because you decided to be on a stream knowing that people get trolled. And I just think that to be smart about it, that's how you should go.
While we're on the topic, I'm gonna bring this person in because I got something. I got something to say to them, and I'm gonna keep it short and simple.
I was gonna say that Adam, what you just said there, that is the creepiest thing I have ever heard or seen you say in my entire life. Like saying, Jordan, I know where you live. I watch you while you sleep. You came and fart without me knowing it.
What the fuck?
Okay, before
he is so drunk right now. He's just walking around his.
I'm
gonna take care of this real quick. I'm gonna just set the record kind of straight. I don't know what you want. Why are you here? I don't know why. I don't really care. The point is, we talked about this last week. We talked about this last week. It's over with. It's over with. I don't want anything to do with you. Like, we talked about this. I'm good. I hope you have the best, and good luck to you.
Okay.
Make sure that account is banned.
Yeah.
I'm sick to death of them.
Yeah.
I thought we would have got. I thought we were.
Oh, Kevin Nash shirt. Did you see what Tricky was wearing? Show that real quick again.
It was an outsider shirt.
Yeah.
That's a Nash shirt. It's close enough.
It's a Scott Hall and a Kevin Nash shirt.
And a what? Kevin Nash?
It's a half and half one.
Wait, what?
Okay, so that's a Nash.
I'm still waiting for the.
There it
debate.
is.
I thought you said you didn't like wrestling.
Nah, I mean, I used to, but not.
Back when Kevin Nash wrestled. That's what.
Hey, Dan, like a fool, accepted the challenge. So it's his death sentence.
Also, just ignore if you see anything in the background. It's just a bunch of shit.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Bruce Lee, is that you?
I'm gonna head out, Paige. You have a great stream. Thanks for letting me in, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's only because it's 1 o'clock, and Charlie went way over 3 hours.
There's something I got to tell you right here before you leave.
Okay.
Look, what I was talking about was I get that there are women with some insecurities. I get that.
Oh, you're still talking about that.
No. Hear me out.
I thought you were talking about the other topic. Sorry.
I was going to tell you that, she can pretty much ignore it. I mean, that's all she could have done. But hey, that's all there is to it. That's just me.
Of course, you're right. You're right, Jordan. I know you're right. She could have ignored it, but she couldn't.
But then it all escalated into a huge explanation. I'm like, jeez Christ! And
No, you're all right. If that's what you're saying, she could have ignored it. I think we all agree 100% that she could have ignored it. But we all could have. You know what I mean? Like that's not the discussion. You're right. Maybe it got way over talked about, but still, I think that somebody heard it that might have actually needed to hear it. So I'm glad we did have the discussion.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if this is gonna be, if we're getting close to the end, there's one more thing, a couple more things I gotta say. One thing, there's gonna be a saying that I think is, well, yeah, but this is important. We gotta be careful, and this is where I give Paige credit for not letting everybody into his Discord. I give you props for this because people need to do this more often. We gotta be careful of who we give the keys to our kingdom. Because why do you think all the great empires over the years fallen? Because they gave the wrong people at some point the keys to their kingdom, and at one point or another, someone took over the kingdom, killed the king, and took over the kingdom for themselves.
Charlie, what are you doing?
I'm listening. I'm getting ready for my setup.
No, set up with what? Your blind date?
No.
Let the man entertain himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. While he pleasures himself too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you behind the scenes look of my. Oh, sec. If I can get it there. That's what the camera. Well, not all of it, but they're gonna see like all that stuff. Because I'm about to film a new Tales from the News.
Oh, that's what you're playing? Okay.
But this is going to be my setup with the pops and maybe a Blu-ray steelbook in the frame. Since I finally have space to put that right there and have exactly where I want it and all that good stuff. You don't really see the table. You just see the pop standing over with the Blu-ray right in the middle. And of course I've got...
Hold on, look. Hey, Charlie sounds like he's high off his.
Who said that?
Adam did in the chat.
All I say is you guys better let me know when the debate is going on.
Yeah, but yeah, let's talk about something else.
Yep. And the biggest takeaway from all what I've been saying is just this: focus on your purpose, focus on yourself, and the rest will follow suit. Ignore the noise and just worry about yourself. That's all we can do. All you can do is worry about bettering your life. You can't be worried about trying to better everyone else's life because everyone else is different than you. All you can do is worry about you at the end of the day.
The only way they can better themselves is by bettering themselves without, someone else helping them.
Yep. But at the end of the day, if you want change to happen, you gotta want it. You can't say, "Oh, I want it," but yet not give the effort. If you want something to be better in your life, you gotta put your heart and your soul into it.
Look at Jake.
That's how real change happens.
Look at Jake Roberts. Like his life was like literally down the toilet until he decided he wanted to change, and he finally got through the whole DDP thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was for him to try to put in the work and the hard work into the change. So.
But I think we have reached a good point in this episode.
Yep.
We've reached a good almost 2.5 hours. But I think we've reached a good point in this episode.
Paige, you've got to come. I'm gonna chill in Jordy.
When is it?
It's always Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern time, man.
Oh, I get okay. Let me see. Because I work Friday, so.
Now Sophie, she can't make it because she's taking a bit of a hiatus off the internet because of some drama stuff, which I'm not going to get into, but that's just the point. And then there was you because you were on the Ranting with Jordy stream and you haven't part of my chill streams yet.
I'll look into it. One day when I finally when I'm off work, I'll look into it.
All right.
The thing is, main reason why I don't join into some of your guys' stream after I work sometimes because I got to give myself a few hours to kind of just
recharge
enter into internet mode. there's work mode, and then there's YouTube mode. Like there's like kind of like a different, like there's different phases. Like there's a reason why like I could stream like.
All right, guys, I'm gonna bounce out. Y'all have a great stream. Jordan, Dan, if you still watching, prepare to be destroyed. And well, for you, Jordan, again.
Later, Bunny.
And you have a great night and stay healthy for an even better tomorrow.
Okay,
Yeah.
later. Actually, okay. You want to know why? Hold on, Charlie. Before you leave, you want to know why I do that? Like that one time where I do that jazz hand thing.
Yeah.
I do that. Wait, so you know why I do that jazz
No,
hand?
I don't.
Oh, okay. The reason why I do that is to pay tribute to someone who was a good friend of Sophie. He used to do that, and
I'll make sure not to do that from here on out.
No, I'm just explaining why.
Oh,
but
yeah.
But still, I do that to pay tribute to somebody. Now, if you ever want to do that to pay tribute to somebody, knock yourself out. But you gotta make sure it's for the right reason.
Yes. Not to troll you, so I'll stick with. Have a good night, everybody. Stay healthy for an even better tomorrow.
Oh my God! Before you leave, listen to this. G4L just said, "Say my uncle touched me funny. Dick's uncle touched him funny. Hey, you shut your mouth. That's me and Papa's secret." Oh my God.
Anyway, guys, y'all have a good night.
That
Good
was
night,
foul.
everybody.
Night.
And I want to thank Paige for allowing me to come on the stream and say all what I've said. I thank him for that, and I thank him for letting me be part of his Discord. That is an honor, and I do my best to not waste that privilege, because it is a privilege to be a part of his Discord. I want to thank you guys for listening to me and really just allowing me to speak my piece. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys. That means a lot.
Yep.
To all you guys in the chat, to all you guys in the in the lobby or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Thank all of you.
Listen,
thank you.
Let me just say this. YWC can kindly eat a dick. Credit to Dan XP for that one. But anyway, now I got something to tell you guys, since we're a part of the server. I'm going to go back to doing my usual Jordy Boy gaming this coming Saturday night. And I think the best way to kick off that is by playing a little Majora's Mask.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, So for those who are part of Paige's Discord, please kindly come by to Jordy Boys Gaming, because mark my words, as soon as I get the right capture card, you are gonna see this MFer right here, and that's me. I'm talking about myself, not Paige or Tricky or Trey, in that matter. You're gonna see me later on my channel in the future to do gameplay walkthroughs and live streams and all that sort. Hopefully to God, if I get the right capture card. But anyway, if you like this episode of Live and Uncut, please be sure to like it. If you missed your chance to be in the live chat, then by all means, go to the comment section and give out your thoughts on certain marks of the video. And also, be sure to subscribe to Phenomenal One, and also hit the notification bell to be notified when he does a video or a live stream like this one at all times. Then the same goes to Tricky Blue Galaxy 10 and Big Daddy Trey and yours truly, J Man's Legit, and also the Tom Willis Show, Heyman Charlie, and who else was here? I was not here for the rest of the show.
Oh, let me see. We had Jonathan.
Jonathan Hanna.
Yeah, we had Jonathan. Kenny Magic, Will, like anybody who was here, like in the chat. Give them some love and support. They much need it. Support the fam, because we got to support our fellow fam.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, we're only getting bigger.
Yep.
We're only getting bigger. We're also getting smaller, but mostly we're getting bigger. And at the end of the day, we got to support each other, help our fellow brothers out, and go check out Rent and Rave and Bird Podcast, wherever that is available.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Rent and Rave has a new time slot, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, I think it's about time that I head out. Thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah.
But anyway, by the way, this is for the culture, for Kenny Magic, for P1. For our culture. That meme will never get old, just so we're clear.
Yeah. And this is the final thing I say. There's a reason I don't fuck with everybody. There's a reason why. Because some people are just not worthy of my time.
That's
and
right.
That person is one of those people.
And that's why I just said, be careful who you give your keys to your kingdom to. Be very careful about that.
Or an individual who got keys.
Well,
I'm just busting Paige's balls on that one.
The thing is, I'm willing to give people a chance, but I can only give so many chances.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm an example, but then again, that's just a different story for another different time. But then again, that was last year. This is this year. We're actually, we're actually trying to move on to the wait. Brie Larson is for my Oh my god. Okay, Brie Larson is for my culture, J-Man, for my culture. Generation Kenny, I'll admit, you're like one of my favorites. Not gonna lie, especially when you say like, "Oh hell, nah, I'm gonna shut this mother effort down."
And shouts out to the boy Kenny Magic. Can't forget about him. Help him get up there. He's on that road to 150 and then that eventual 200. Help him get up there. Shut your damn mouth. Coming back soon to the Generation Kenny channel. You don't want to miss that top quality content at its finest. Mm-hmm. But until then, this is P1 signing off for Live and Uncut S2 E2. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Until then, peace out, everybody, and have a good night.
Have a blessed night, everybody.